Hello, I'm Jeffrey. I'm here with the Roanoke City Public Library. I'm one of the youth services librarians, and I wanted to bring a craft to you. It's actually from one of my favorite books growing up. It's called Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes. If you haven't read this book, please read it. It's appropriate for middle schoolers and up, but it's about keeping hope in a time of crisis, so I thought this would be an appropriate craft. So the legend has it in Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes is that if you fold 1,000 paper cranes, then you get to make any wish you want, and your wish has to come true. So we're not going to fold 1,000 paper cranes. I thought we'd start with one. So for origami paper, normally what you would do is you would use a square piece of paper, perfectly square. I recognize most people probably don't have perfectly square pieces of paper at home. But if you can get hold of a rectangular piece of paper, which I bet you have laying around somewhere, I'm going to show you how to make it into a square, and it's very easy. So you're just going to take your rectangular piece of paper and you're going to take a corner and you're going to fold a corner so that it's flat with the side, just like that. Let the camera zoom in, see if I can't get it a little bit, but just take a corner and fold it flat. Now I've got one side of this paper is blue just so you can see where I folded and where I haven't. So once you've got your flat corner like that, you'll notice that if you open it up, right here you've got a perfect square. And so what I usually do is I take a little pencil and I use that edge and I just draw a little line down there. Now we're going to cut out and then we'll have a perfect square. Now let us start our origami project. We're not going to be super. There we go. Now we've got a square piece of paper. And again, just start it with any sort of regular printer paper or even loose leaf paper works just fine for this. So to start our origami crane, this starts the way that lots of origami projects start. It's pretty much you have to fold in every direction, make the paper fold halfway in every direction. So that's diagonally and also square-wise. So we'll just fold every corner to every corner here. So now we've got a crease here and a crease here. And now we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to do it what we call it hot dog style is what they called it when I was a kiddo. We're going to make 2 hot dog folds. Hot dog there. Hot dog there. And now you'll notice we've got not only an X but also a plus sign. Okay, so here comes the hard part. Now most all origami folds start like this. It's actually called the bird fold. And the reason it's called that is because you would use it to make a paper crane, also other kinds of bird crafts. So we're going to fold down to make a triangle. And here's our first hard part. These edges of the triangle we're going to fold inside to the diamond. And we're going to use the same creases. We're not making any new folds here. We're just going to use the same creases. So I'll show you. You fold it down and then you reverse that crease so that it's inside of your triangle. Okay? Inside of your triangle. And you're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. No new folds. We're using the same fold inside of the triangle. Or rather, it's a diamond now. So now you have a diamond. I'm going to show you what that looks like. You basically just folded inside. So now we're going to make some new folds. So the important part here is to keep this top here. We're going to keep that top unfolded for now. We're going to go to the bottom. So make sure you start where it's open. So the open bottom. And then we're going to take 1/4 of our triangle, one of our 4 triangles here, and we're going to fold it to the inside there, right to that edge, right to the middle. Now make sure that this is not the open. This part up here needs to be closed. It's the bottom where that's open. Okay. So if you see where we made one triangle, we folded it in on the diamond there, and now we're just going to repeat that all 4 times. And we're going to make ourselves what looks like a kite. This is called the kite fold. And then we're going to flip it over, fold to the inside, and we'll end up with what looks like a kite. Again, we don't have to be perfect here. So we've got our kite. We're going to make one more crease here. We're not actually going to fold, we're just going to get a crease going, and the crease is going to be right at the bottom of the triangle. So we can fold that down to make a crease there. fold it right where the kite's been folded in to make that crease there. You can fold it back again if you want. Okay. Now for our next difficult fold. Okay. This is called the swan fold, and this is going to get us close to the ending here. So we've got this fold here. We're going to open up one side completely. Just open it up, leave the back intact, but open up one side like that. We're not making any new creases here. So if you feel yourself making a new crease, back up and use the exact same creases you have. You're going to open up your fold and bring it up like that. And then what's going to happen here is these reverse creases you're not going to put any new creases, you're going to use the same creases you have, and you're going to be able to close and make it just a skinny diamond, whereas before we had a fat diamond. We're going to use the same creases and make a skinny diamond, and it should, because of the way we folded the triangle, end up being pretty flat. Again, we're rushing here, so pretty flat. And then we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Again, no new creases, we're using the same folds we've already made, we're just reversing them. Alright, just use those same creases there. Alright, so there you go, and that's what's called your swan fold. And if you notice, these are actually going to end up being your wings. We're pretty close to the end here. Okay, and this is going to be your head of your swan. This is going to be your tail, or heads or tails. It's all symmetrical. You can do either way. All right, so you make the head and the tail the same way, more or less. So you would take one of your little stragglers here, okay, one of your triangles, and we're going to fold it up at an angle, and we're just making a crease. This isn't permanent. We're just making a crease there, so that you've got a crease, and that's going to end up being either the head or the tail. Okay, we can do that for the same on the other side as well. Make a good little crease there. Okay. Okay, but notice how on this side, see, it's coming out backwards. So we're actually going to want to put this fold in the middle, and we do this the same way we've been reversing all the folds. We take our fold down, we open up our bird there, and then we're not making any new creases here. We're using the same exact creases we have. We're coming, bringing it up to the inside and using those exact same folds. Okay. And there we've got our tail. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, bring it up, use the same creases, no new folds. Same creases we all have. There we've got our head. Now you got to decide what should be the head and what should be the tail. So the way that we make the head is, all we do is we just make a little fold there, and we fold it the exact same way that we folded in the body. Open it up, bring it inside and down. You got your little swan head. And we're more or less done here. So a lot of people, you can stop here, you've got your swan, and compare it to the original there. Theirs has got a little bit of difference, but a lot of people want to make theirs fly, and I can actually teach you how to make your swan fly. So the way that you do that is you take your wing and you just give it just a little bit of a crease there, so that your wing looks, it's got a little bit of a crease there. And that sort of allows it to open up a little more, and you'll see what I mean in just a second. So now, when you've got your swan open, you can grab it by the head and the inside there, and grab it by the tail. You gotta mess with it a little bit, and you can actually make the swan fly, which is kind of neat. So you've got your little toy. Again, we rush, it doesn't have to be perfect. But that's how you make a paper swan, and I do encourage that you get a hold of this book. It's a wonderful, charming book about keeping hope in a time of crisis, and make lots of different ones. You can string them up together, you can put a little hole punch there and make a long string of them. Anyway, it's been a pleasure, and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you.